Get codes, everybody, because they will continue on with the game called The Devil's Whisper. Where were we? Crap, where were we? 6? Yeah. Let's see. I knew that my life hung in the balance and that perhaps fighting was completely futile. But I'd rather fight for something I could lose than lose for something that I had to fought for. Maybe I should try to ask for mercy. Perhaps bleeding on was not the best choice, but any other option was even worse. He knew that trying to make any move was futile. There was no human power that could overcome Conrad's unbridled strength. No matter how much adrenaline I felt, and how fast my movements would have been, Conrad could have realized it much sooner. The more the seconds passed, the more force Conrad applied on me, and the weaker my arms became. My hands began to shake intensely after a while. Little by little, Conrad was overpowering my muscles, already tired after running so intensely. The tip of the knife was getting closer and closer to my chest, having already cut through some of the fabric of my uniform.
Enough! Conrad, please! Can't take it anymore! Stop!
Well, the party's just beginning!
This party sucks. No cake?
This is what the book meant when it said you'd be mine forever.
Yeah, the book is really evil, if you haven't noticed.
Don't you see, Madison? We're meant to be together!
By doing this, dude, don't you think that's a red flag?
In life, in death, for all eternity, you and me!
Wait, am I dead? Oh, crap. I heard the sound of skin splitting open along with an involuntary sigh. A little choke scream that comes from my chest crushed by the metal inside me. Oh, man. I wanted the part where everybody lived. Deep burning invades my flesh, but that is the least relevant sensation. I feel as if my own heartbeat is escaping me. My heart making contact with the iron is the only thing keeping me conscious, if I still had any consciousness at all. Slowly I feel a chill start to run from the tips of my toes to my head. My eyelids droop helplessly, and my pupils stop wandering at the world in front of me. Felt like a doll when you take away its batteries, losing its energy and vanishing its mere existence with one movement. Crap. Conrad sensed for a few seconds in front of me. Wait, this isn't what I wanted, but I am gonna save here. What if I do something else instead? Try to sneak out. I made the hard choice to stop holding the knife with all my might. I knew it could be fatal if I didn't execute my plan meticulously, but I had no choice. The other choice sucked. I sucked myself out to act fast, feeling my heart race as the time drew nearer. After waiting a couple of seconds, I stopped holding the knife to punch Conrad in the face. Yippee. Wait, am I recorded properly? I hope it's doing fine. Looky. Good.
Ow!
Conrad also reached the instant I hit him. Oh, reacted, not reached, ensuring that the knife was buried deep inside me. Fortunately, due to the blow, his aim was momentarily impaired, causing the knife to bury itself in my left shoulder. Oh. Well, it's a little different, so...
It hurts! It hurts so much!
Yeah. Look at the bright side, at least you're still alive. The edge of the knife came out of my skin, releasing a stream of blood that was spreading rapidly on my clothes. Taking advantage of the fact that Conrad was stunned for a few seconds, I took the opportunity to position my knee and hit him directly in the genitals. Hell yeah. I was waiting for that to happen. The genital trick. My balls! Conrad fell to the floor, rolling over as he placed both hands on his crotch.
God damn it! How dare you!
Well, I'm sorry if I just wanted to live. My legs gave their best effort to run as fast as possible. Would have liked to stay for a few seconds to admire the beautiful scene of Conrad writhing in pain. However, I knew I had at least a minute's head start to run as fast as I could. Down to the river, anywhere but away from that psycho. Are we alive? Hell yeah. The adrenaline was still at its peak inside me, but this time with a new feeling. It was no longer fear, no more. It was determination to escape from this place, and also to find those who were alive at the time. God, with the things I had just seen, I was sure this place wasn't safe at all. I finally understood why it was called the Forest of Sorrowful Souls. What a name and what a place. Wouldn't have been surprised if even Andrew found himself in mortal danger, knowing the horrific things that could happen here. And that was why my motivation to keep fighting, to find my brother and get out of here as soon as possible. Okay. What about Claire, though? Hello, Claire. You gonna help me, or? Okay. So this is the part
Oh my
where,
God.
yeah.
We can't waste another second.
I think it's okay to skip this part. Hey, Cole, chapter 5. Well, where are you now? I listen to my footsteps as I advance through the forest. The chill of the rain hinders my movements, making it difficult to find anything beyond just trees and dirt. My breathing becomes heavy as I realize that I am probably lost and there is no turning back. Perhaps only a miracle could get me safely out of this place. But just at the moment, when I am most distracted and about to lose any hope, a pleasant voice brings me back to reality. A reality that I seem to loathe, but just having her was enough to make me catch my breath.
Andrew, look, it's a river.
Hey, Amelia. Look up eagerly, longing to find the source of that which brought me pleasure just by listening. And undoubtedly, what my eyes see is even more pleasant and fills me with unexpected encouragement. I think we'll be able to live, fellas.
It's the river.
Yes, it is.
But this is impossible. I can hardly believe it.
Oh my God, after all that searching, I finally found the thing I was searching for. Impossible. But, yeah, it is possible.
God, is this really the Brokenfield River?
Is there a sign that says it's the Brokenfield River? Because if it is, then yes it is.
Yes, it looks like it. Although I'm having a little trouble believing it too.
How do you even know what it looks like? Have you seen a picture of it?
After being stuck for so long, I'm glad to be out of that forest.
The calmness of the river was something that gave me back the hope to continue with this trip just when I had lost it. Furthermore, we were finally out of being trapped inside the vastness of trails and trees. At least in this place, we were getting some moonlight.
I must admit that for a moment, I thought I would never set foot outside those woods again.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It was all so overwhelming. But look, at least we're here now. Let's not think about everything we've been through.
Yeah, let's forget about our friends or sibling. Madison's group, like, what happened to those?
You're right. Sometimes it's hard for me to look on the bright side of things, to be honest.
Yeah, it's hard to look at the bright side when it's night.
Well, I'd be lying to you if I told you I wasn't the same way.
That's the reason we're friends.
Just friends.
Because we're both too realistic?
But like that, it sounds a bit bad. But yeah, that's part of it. I like the way you look at life, you know?
Both realistically depressing.
And that way is?
Oh, come on. I would never underestimate you. I know you get it perfectly.
Yay, we are now flirting because we found the thing.
Well, not on this occasion. I don't get what you mean.
Well, that's just it. Your way of reacting to things.
You not knowing things and reacting appropriately is what is my kink.
You're always so transparent with your feelings, and you show yourself as you are to others. That's amazing.
If you keep talking to me like that, I think I'm going to blush, you know?
Let's say number 8. didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
I'm sorry. I guess sometimes I can get a little intense.
Oh, no. Not at all.
You know, we are getting wet and under the rain, right? Or maybe we're under a tree or something.
I like that about you too, you know?
Keep flirting.
I mean, your way of being is very nice. You're always supportive of everyone around you. It's like you're our guardian angel.
I looked at Amelia in the most loving way I could. No doubt she was a lovely girl, and I wasn't about to let circumstances interfere with whatever it is we have, even if it's just friendship.
Hey, I've got a question. I remember you mentioned something about voices following you around or something. What happened to that? Are they still bothering you in any way?
Oh, the voices. I haven't really heard them since that night when, well, I almost lost my life.
You still have the jewel, right?
In the end, I think the answer to that is in a children's story.
The what?
Yeah. And this is going to sound super weird, but have you heard of the story of the Guardians of the Light?
I mean, I know of the Green Lanterns, but not... As soon as I heard that phrase, I knew immediately what you meant. Dad used to tell the story frequently to Madison and me. It's a memory I treasure very much.
Yes. I've heard of them. Many times.
I know this is going to sound crazy to you, but I think the voices were them. Hey, what are you laughing at?
I mean, it did sound crazy.
Amelia, do you really think you can explain this thing that's happening to us with a children's story?
Unless the voices really did admit that they are the Guardians of Light, then yeah, that would make much more sense.
Well, it might be possible.
Might be. Show me the jewel again.
Besides, I didn't come to that conclusion alone. I got help from a nice lady at the library.
All right. I believe you. It was just a little funny to me.
What? People can't be allowed to be to laugh at stuff anymore? Few moments of slight quiet, pretending the world was at a standstill past. Finally, I took the courage and headed for the purpose for which I had come here in the first place. The Broken Field River, known to be the cause of many disappearances and deaths around it. I underestimated too much the danger we faced by coming to this place. I didn't think about the consequences of not planning the trip and doing everything in haste. And all in search of answers. Stupid answers. But even now that we knew who the real culprit of it all was, I didn't feel satisfied in the least. Wait a second. Am I recorded properly? There you go. Make sure everything is good. It was as if deep down inside I knew there was more to it, that it wasn't just someone haunting us. There had to be a reason why the five of us were involved in this against our will. But maybe reaching those answers also meant sacrificing more than I would like to give. Is it really worth giving my life to know the truth? I thought as I distracted myself by looking at the crystal clear water of the river. The rocks and small creatures that inhabited the water were visible from the surface, almost as if there was no water. Nothing will happen if I stick my hand in, right? I moved my right hand towards the water, thinking for a moment if what I was about to do could be dangerous in any way. I hesitated for a while, but finally my curiosity to feel the water flowing through my fingers was stronger. The freshness of the water immediately invaded my senses, awakening the emotion of purity when I saw and felt how crystal clear it was.
Hey, what are you doing?
I want to feel the river.
Oh, I just feel like touching the water a little bit. Want to do it too?
No, not really. It can be dangerous, you know?
Come on. I promise nothing will happen.
And that was when he knew he fucked up because something did happen.
I'm fine like this.
That's your loss.
Oh well, more danger for me. When I was still completely distracted and unable to contemplate anything else, I started to lose the sense of time. To mentally drift away from this place. To the point where I didn't even notice when another sudden sensation came between me and the water. Hey, that hand. A hand came out of the rocks, forcefully, forcefully grabbing my arm and pulling me into the water.
What?
You knew. The color of the hand was the palest I had ever seen in my life, along with large, sharp nails. From the mere appearance of the hand, I could already tell that this was not a human being, but some kind of beast that had a similar appearance. But how could something like that be under the ground and go through the rocks? From one moment to the next, I had more than half my arm submerged in the water, and I was beginning to have a harder time trying to pull myself out.
Andrew, are you alright?
Dude, I'm being dragged against my will. Help me. Mia's face changed from concern to surprise and disgust as soon as she saw the hand grasping me tightly from the rocks. Help me.
Oh my... What is that thing?
That is a hand.
I don't know. Ah!
Please, lend me a hand, but not this hand, the other hand. Your hand.
Here, give me the other hand.
Hell yeah.
No, stay away. It could be dangerous.
No, help me, please. Don't listen to me.
Damn it, Andrew, I'm not just going to leave you here.
Amelia grabbed my right arm and started pulling with all her strength to drag me away from her hand. The strength this strange being had was inhuman. Even using all my weight, I couldn't put enough resistance to avoid being dragged into the river.
Damn it! It's impossible!
No, it's not.
What do I do? I can't let the stream sweep me away!
Save number 9. Resist. I kept doing my best not to let myself be overcome by the strength of that hand. But it wasn't long before it went from being a mere scare to actually becoming something to worry about. The stream of water with which the river was pulling me was intensifying by the second. Gradually I began to lose resistance and was being pulled little by little until half of my body was in the water. When my body was finally almost completely off the ground and into the water, the possibility of resistance became even less. As Amelia was trying to keep my body from falling all the way into the river, she ended up slipping as she tripped over one of the rocks. Oh, god damn it.
Amelia, watch out!
I tried to grab Amelia's arm to keep her from being swept away by the current, but it wasn't possible. It was too late to do anything. After a few seconds, the force of the river caused me to be completely swept away. Both Amelia and I were swept away at full speed. Well, that was a pretty useless choice. Useless choosing. Hitting the rocks and not being able to take in enough breath to avoid falling unconscious. It was a matter of seconds before I lost Amelia from my range of vision, although fortunately I could still hear her. Don't worry, Amelia, you're used to it. Remember the sewer part? Ahead of me was a labyrinthine vashes of passage into which I could be swept away by the stream. But above that, there was a much larger stage, so it didn't really matter which route the water swept me along. What lay ahead at the end of the road was a vast sea. That sea was darkened by night, but illuminated by an unusual beam of lightning shooting out of the cloudy sky to a particular spot on the surface of the water. This is the mouth of the Broken Field River. We had found the location of where we were supposed to go in the first place, but not under the circumstances I wanted. Is there like another more convenient path to the mouth of the Broken Field River? Not in this way. Not being dragged against my will and, potentially die. There was nothing I could do to avoid the force of the river or the stream, and unfortunately, the mouth of the river was a sea. If we fell into that place, we were lost. There was no way to survive.
No!
Unless we had magical powers or we were Aquaman. A few moments later, as the river was finally ending and the sea was beginning, my consciousness began to fade inexplicably. It was as if my own body knew that we had reached the end of the road and preferred not to face the dreaded fate of drowning. Or perhaps it was a greater force which wanted to render me unconscious for a reason I did not understand. Whatever the explanation, the point is, I was not going to be able to stay conscious any longer. It's not like I wanted to be, given the circumstances. And the sound of my breathing makes me stand up slowly. My mind is still confused and my movements are clumsy. The sensation was strange. I didn't feel entirely aware of my surroundings, but I didn't feel like I was in a dream either. It was like watching something through a movie, as I could perceive the emotions and sensations, but I don't feel part of it. Although watching a movie was a little too nice for what really awaited me next. I was about to see an event that was complicated to explain, but that answered many questions that we had not been able to answer. Questions whose answers would horrify any human being, including me. Yeah. Hey, look at that. I think we've seen this before.
My lord, I am here again.
Yeah, we've seen this before.
I am here.
Oh, look, this is different. After an indeterminate amount of time, I finally feel like I have come out of the trance I was in. It felt like I was at the present and in my reality, away from that strange vision I had. My eyes were closed, but I could perceive a strange sensation with my body. Was I lying on rocks? When I opened my eyes, indeed, what I found was a pile of rubble under my body. Slowly, I placed myself in a fetal position to try to gather the strength to get up.
It hurts.
One of my legs was slightly injured and with some bleeding. It must have been from the multiple impacts I received in the river stream. The river. Wait a second. Weren't we supposed to be at the fall into the mouth of the river? Huh.
Where am I?
I looked around and tried to identify where I was. It definitely seemed to be a familiar place to me. Aha! This is one of those things that I said, like, a little repetitive. Andrew said, "Where am I?" And then the next dialogue's like, it definitely seemed to be a familiar place to me. Like, yeah. like, thank you for pointing out the obvious. I mean, the sole question of where am I is enough to say, yep, this place is definitely not familiar to me. Like, what do you call it? It's a little repetitive. Repetitive. And it says a lot, even though you just said the same thing. But after a few seconds, having almost completely regained my consciousness, I was overwhelmed by a much greater concern. So yeah, that is one of the examples of a repetitive dialogue. Yeah.
Amelia! Amelia! Are you there?
I looked around with my head, trying to find some trace of where she might be. My search stopped in a few seconds when I saw a body lying a few feet away from me. I ran toward the person in question, certain that it was Amelia. I knelt down beside the body and approached her, taking her hand.
Amelia! Wake up!
Little snores came out of Amelia's mouth, reassuring me a little in my concern that something serious had happened to her.
Amelia! Are you okay? What happened to you?
We were swept away by the river. I shook Amelia a little from her arm, tried to get her to wake up and check that everything was okay with her.
What?
I slowly saw Amelia's eyes widen, denoting a state of disorientation.
My God, I'm so glad you're awake. I was startled for a moment.
There you go.
Andrew, what happened? Where are we?
We got swept away and we don't know where we are.
I don't know, but I'm glad we're together.
I looked around me for any clue as to where we were, but instead I could only make out a pile of ruins and rubble around us.
This looks like some really old building, don't you think?
It's so strange.
I dare say there's something eerie about this place just by feeling the atmosphere. It's like a feeling of heaviness, of discomfort, like someone is watching me all the time.
Andrew, look!
I turned my head to where Amelia pointed, seeing a distinct object in front of us. I was so focused on looking for an explanation as to why we were here that I hadn't noticed that there was a book on the ground. I approached the object cautiously, taking care not to handle it too much. Wait, is that the Abyssus? What? I thought it had... Didn't Conrad have this? As soon as I reached my fingers towards the book, a horrible sensation invaded my whole body. A rotten smell and an icy surface was what I encountered when I tried to make contact with the strange tome.
Oh my God. It's the Codex Abyssus.
Yeah, Codex Abyssus. Abacus. Why is abacus the first word that comes to my head?
The what?
A grimoire used by the original tribes of Reisterfield.
Amelia walked over to the book and looked at it closely, staring intently into it.
My God. It's amazing.
You can read it?
And to think that because of this object, we're under a curse.
It seemed that the book caused some kind of strange fascination in her. If it weren't for the fact that I knew Amelia well, I could have sworn that some emotion was taking hold of her. Deep down, I assume it was nothing more than curiosity. I think any of us would have felt that way when we saw this eccentric object so closely. But while she was staring at the book, I was staring at her. And when I looked at her, because there was a great guilt in me, I knew perfectly well the danger she was in, and I'm not just talking about being near that book, but this whole situation in general. If only I had known everything that would happen, I wouldn't have crossed my mind to bring my friends to this place. I should have come alone. Fearing that I might have a stronger fixation on the Codex Abyssus, I used the first excuse I could think of to take the book from her.
Well, I think that finding the book was just a coincidence. We were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
How can you be so sure of that?
I carried the heavy book with both hands and placed it under my right arm. I made sure that the book was firmly in place and that I wasn't going to drop it despite its considerable weight.
Madison told me about this. Apparently, this book was used by Mr. Harrison to complete his ritual.
Mr. Harrison? God, how could I have forgotten that?
Amelia, hold on a second. Do you remember what happened when we were swept down the river?
No. I just remember when I slipped and fell horribly. But I remember something. It was some kind of vision.
Yeah. I saw it too. I was in some kind of weird dream, seeing everything in the third person.
Oh, you mean the part of Mr. Harrison and stuff?
And there I saw Mr. Harrison talking to some kind of creature or demon.
Yes, I remember. I saw it too.
Wow, we both had the same dream. What a coincidence.
Do you remember anything else about the vision?
It's all so vague. But there's one thing in particular that I remember very clearly. Mr. Harrison used us as an offering, as a part of a ritual to bring his wife back to life.
The photos! There were 5 photographs with each of us. That explains why we've been going through all these strange occurrences. Although it's still not clear how that vision came to us. As if someone deliberately wanted us to know what Mr. Harrison had done.
Maybe it's because of the Guardians of Light.
And I'm very concerned that there's an even bigger entity behind Mr. Harrison.
I got too excited trying to jump to conclusions about everything that was going on. I also didn't understand either how I went from nearly drowning in a river or sea to being in this ruined building in who knows what remote place. At least I could be grateful that we were not dead. Grateful. We walked through several rooms and corridors in the same condition. All around me stood a huge structure full of old and dilapidated objects. After walking for various minutes and being sure that I was in a simple old structure, a curious artifact caught my attention. A peculiar door, through which I could glimpse a narrow staircase leading to a distant upper floor. I opened the door cautiously, confirming that what was in front of me was an immensity of steps. A lot of immense steps. I looked from the bottom of the stairs upwards, noticing that the other end wasn't even distinguishable given how high they reached. I was about to take a first step and start climbing, but a familiar voice stopped me in my tracks.
Andrew!
I looked back, seeing Amelia's worried face.
What are you doing?
I'm going up these stairs. I need to know what's at the top.
No, Andrew. Don't do this. Please. You've already done too much. You've already risked too much of your life just by coming to these woods.
No. I've risked enough of your lives. Please, stay in this place. I promise I'll be back as soon as I can.
Andrew, stop! I won't just let you go!
Amelia, listen, please. I can't take you with me.
Then just don't go to that place!
But then we'll end up cursed forever, so the whole reason we are here is to stop the curse,
We've already investigated as much as we can. We've already gotten to the bottom of the truth. What more do you want to find out?
Stopping the curse. Although my brain refused to accept it, deep down in my heart I knew I wasn't doing this research just because I was worried about us. I also wanted to know why Dad was visiting the outskirts of the city in search of information about the tribes. I wanted to know why Dad became obsessed with these rituals, why he lost his life of a heart attack while researching about this strange culture in this town. But there was no way for Amelia to understand this. I know it was more of a personal motive than really wanting the welfare for all of us.
I know it might sound a bit selfish, but I've taken advantage of the fact that we're in this place to find out about Dad.
What? What does your father have to do with all this?
It's a long story. You can watch the previous videos in order to understand that.
He was researching the tribes in the Reisterfield area. That's why I thought that coming to this place was also a good opportunity to understand why Dad was so interested in learning about them.
Andrew, that's not selfish at all.
Then what is it?
It's cute, if I'm honest. I think it's nice that you still care about your father even though he's no longer with you. But we have to move on with our lives. You told me yourself that we couldn't let an event like this affect who we were before.
Amelia, don't ask me to stop. I can't help but be so curious to know what it was that had my father so involved.
Amelia crossed her arms and looked in another direction, arching her eyebrows in concern. A few seconds later, she returned her gaze to me and nodded.
It's okay. You're right. Let's go.
Let's go? I thought I wanted to go alone.
What?
I can't leave you alone in this.
I'm sorry, but you can't go with me.
Why not? We've been together all this time. I don't think there's any problem.
Amelia, please don't insist.
I'll do whatever is necessary. I won't let you go to that place alone. I won't let you die.
I don't want to put you in danger, Amelia. I wouldn't forgive myself if anything were to happen to you. You are too important to me. Much more than you can imagine. I've tried to tell you so many times, but I've never had the courage. And this may be the worst time to do it, Amelia. But...
Holy shit, is he gonna say it? The words were getting stuck in my throat. I was trying to express my emotions. My stomach was making funny noises from how nervous I felt, and for a moment even my feet wobbled a little. When I was finally ready to face the reality I had avoided for so long.
I like you, Amelia.
There you go.
I like you a lot. Too much. I'm running out of words to tell you how much.
Andrew.
I know it's stupid to tell you now, knowing that we probably won't come back alive. I know it's stupid to have waited so long for this. I just love you the way you are. I love the way you look at life and the way you deal with life. And I care about you so much that I don't want you to be in danger anymore.
Andrew, I didn't expect this.
Well, it's one way to make you shut up.
You don't have to say anything, okay? You don't have to. I just wanted you to know.
Listen to me. Andrew, I think we should talk about this. But some other time, when we've left this place, because I know we will. That will be the right time.
Then help me. Please. Help me by getting you to safety. I need you to find a way out of here. Go back to the woods and then back to town. Find Madison. Together, ask the police for help and tell them everything that happened. Even if they don't believe you.
But Andrew...
Do as I say, please. Don't waste another minute.
Amelia hesitated in her response with teary eyes and a look of dismay. Perhaps by doing this, I was risking our friendship as well as my own life. But if it meant getting Amelia to survive, I wasn't going to waste the opportunity to let her save herself, even if it was a small chance.
Okay. But before you go, I need you to listen to me one last time.
Amelia pulled out a small bag and opened it in front of me. She took a stone out of the bag and took it in both hands, bringing it towards me.
Here, take this.
That's CG from Corpse Party. Amelia was holding a beautiful lilac-colored stone. An unusual glow was coming from inside the stone, as if it were a light.
What is this?
I don't know, but thanks to this stone, I am alive. It saved me from dying just when I thought there was no escape. Please keep it. I'm sure it will protect you.
Let's see. I'm gonna save at number 10, and I have to end it here, fellas, because I have to prepare for work now. So this is The Devil's Whisper. If you want to try the game for yourselves, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. We're aiming for the ending where everybody lives.